And welcome back to more Shantae, Risky's Revenge. So last time, we entered Hypno Baron's tower in search of the final magic seal, and this time we're starting out with a bit of a puzzle. We need to find 4 keys in different rooms. So we're starting out this time with the right side, because that's what's defaulting to upon reloading the game, which is a bit of a platforming challenge. So, you have the time jumping on the platform for starters, but this particular room is a little bit scary, to be honest. It's very easy to mess this up by not using the pike ball, basically. So, over here, you have to slide under that gap with the monkey form, and but this time, there are actually breakable blocks instead, so what I like to do is just use the Mega Pike Ball to make it very easy to get past everything, and not have to worry about trying to break everything before the platform moves too far away. So we can ride this platform back, or you could just fall down the pit to reset to the beginning of the room. Either way is very efficient. And next up, I think, is left and left. So another platforming room here. I was trying to jump on the platform before it swapped to the upwards position, but I was just a little too slow there. I'm actually not sure if you need this. You might actually be able to do some tricky monkey bullets to make it through here. So you have to drop down and then jump back onto the platform. Since the platform doesn't have a hitbox for pushing you off the platform, there really isn't much danger there. Here, of course, is another key. So one more to go. Zoom past, and ow, just get bonked against the wall. That works, I guess. But that's close enough to the end that we can just kind of monkey bullet creatively to get past everything else. I got a little bit worried because I could not remember if those lamps actually had hitboxes or not. So finally, for the keys, we have up and up. So we have to do a little bit of an upwards platforming challenge, which is actually kind of nice. So we have to hop from platform to platform very well timed to land on the eye switch on the right timing. If you don't get the right timing, it's not that big of a deal. Just land on the platform below and then jump onto the eye platform. It's not that bad. But on the way down, we're gonna grab these gems here because we need a ton of gems still. And by collecting all the keys, we can access a hidden area. But first, I should point out that, again, upon reloading the game, all of the gems in this room respawn. So if you need gems quickly, it's not that big of a deal to just load back in, break these jars, save, and then rinse and repeat until you have the required number. So first of all, we want the eyes to point at each other. And we'll get even more gems through this. So unlock the door. I find unlocking doors a little bit finicky. You have to be kind of sitting in a very specific spot and then push up on the D-pad or control stick. And sometimes it doesn't respond. I'm just kind of pushing up and then I have to kind of nudge to the side a little bit to actually use the key. Either way, in this room, there are tons of gems and 4 locked doors for the 4 keys. And over here is a solution to a puzzle, so we have up, up, left, down. This randomizes every time, by the way, so you can't really brute force it. You actually do have to do this puzzle every time. Even upon reloading, actually, it changed from what it was on a previous attempt, which is actually really fascinating that it's set up that way. So now we want the eyes to point away from each other. Up, up, left, down. So, this one needs to be up, this one needs to be left, and this one needs to be down, and the way is open. with that, we have a health refill, magic refills, and a treasure chest over there, but we can't reach it quite yet. For now, we just have to swim over here and find our last magic fountain. Who approaches my magic fountain? I sense a restless energy deep inside you. Channel your passions and allow the magic to take shape. You got the mermaid dance. Simply hold the dance button and then release it during your third belly dance move to transform. The mermaid dance will allow you to explore the ocean depths. To change back, press the dance button. May fortune follow you in your travels. Alright, so now, if we release the button during the third pose, we can now swim. So, we can't attack in the water quite yet, so there is this treasure chest up here that we can't get until a little bit later. Not too much longer, there isn't honestly much left of the game, to be blunt. It really is a pretty short game, all things considered. It definitely does feel a little bit less fulfilling than other games in the series, I'd say, because of that. But really, I still think it's a fun time. Would I recommend Magic Mode after this playthrough, and how many attempts certain segments of the game has taken? I would probably say no, unless you want the trophy. This jump is scary. You have to kind of let go of a direction, meaning you start to slide down the wall, and then you have to jump. So that's a little bit intimidating. Here, the enemy respawned, so I actually transformed to the left, so I could actually see what timing I needed. Also because of reloading, the eyes default to open and open, so I actually just have to go back through this door. Normally you're supposed to open the eyes, but because of reloading it defaulted to both being open, and thus I actually kind of saved some time indirectly. Alright, so we're using both monkey and elephant to quickly navigate this room, and we have a bunch of water. So now we need to drop down, and we have a bunch of jars, which kind of indicates that there's a hidden wall here. 600 gems, so we should need roughly like 500 to 600 more after this. So again, it's not that big of a deal grinding just yet, because we still need quite a few in order to actually buy the final upgrades. You got bottom half of skull. Interesting. So that'll become apparent. Its use will become apparent in a little bit as we actually backtrack through a sizable chunk of this dungeon. This really isn't as long as I remembered it being. Maybe I remembered it being very long because of all the eye puzzles and trying to decipher all that, but it's really not that bad. Let's kind of cheese this room a bit. We have monkey bullets, so we can actually quickly zoom past. There's a floating platform, but we can just skip it by doing that. You can actually probably skip the entire thing now that I think about it. But either way, drop down. Be careful about the skeletons, I say as I immediately run into one. I'm gonna grab the heart just in case. And make our way back to the beginning of the dungeon. Luckily it's not that big of a deal. I actually should have grabbed that gem. Oh well. So we have a skull icon over that door, so I wonder if this bottom half of a skull has anything to do with that. So we have a few more rooms to get through to get to the entrance, but you might recall there was an eye statue there as well. And that is the ticket to getting the other half of the skull now that we have the mermaid dance. I want to say Shantae did have more forms originally, so it's kind of a shame that she only has 3 in this game. So left it is. And with that, we have another water passageway over here, and a magic refill I don't need anymore. So we're gonna drop down, swim over here, and this is actually where that chest was earlier that I tried to monkey bullet up to and failed to do so, because it is half a skull. So now we have the completed skull key. I'm just gonna drop down, because I think that'll be easier than trying to navigate through there. Gonna break these and make our way back to the main hall. So now we have to make it point upwards, and we are good to go for finishing off this dungeon. Yeah, this really was shorter than I remember it being. Still only like, 20 minutes or something, kind of short, oddly enough. So yeah, as long as you try to kind of follow a guide maybe, and already kind of know what you're doing, the trophy for speedrunning this dungeon really isn't that bad. It's, yeah, I want to say it's like 40 minutes for the required time, like 30 to 40 minutes, which is actually pretty generous. Through here is the boss door already. I'm not gonna save, this boss is really easy. Cackle cackle, you must be the genie looking for the magic seals, yes? That's right. You have two, and now you're here for the final one. You've outsmarted Risky Boots. You're very, very smart. She'll never be able to restore the magic lamp now. You are a hero. The townspeople will thank you. Is this a mind game? If you've got something to say, say it. But your uncle, he is keeping secrets from you. What do you know about that? What does this lamp do, anyway? Ha 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 ha! Information that valuable is not given away for free, but if you have what it takes to destroy your uncle, then you deserve to know the lamp's true power. You might look like him, but you're not my uncle. Give me everything you've got. So the battle with Hypno Baron is kind of easy, actually. So with Pike Ball, basically he has a few different attacks. One involves throwing a potion, but he can actually be staggered out of it, and he'll just stand there for a long time, allowing you to just do a lot of damage like this. This is why I didn't feel the need to save, because this is so easy. But yeah, that's what the attack looks like, by the way. Even then, it's easy to dodge, so it's kind of a joke. Just gotta mash the button. With the upgraded magic, not upgraded magic, the upgraded attack speed, obviously this is a lot easier. He also has like an explosion attack, which he just did, and missed entirely. Yeah, the biggest thing is just keeping up with him. That's strange. Now that I've got all 3 magic seals, I half expected Risky Boots to make a grab for them. Now's my chance to get them to Uncle Mimic's workshop, back in Scuttletown. So yeah, that fight is kind of a joke. It's kind of weird that the 3rd boss is like easier than Squid Baron, I'd say. Because as long as you can kind of stun him out of attacking, Hypno Baron is really easy. The other attack, I don't know if I've ever been hit by. To me, it almost just looks like he's pointing at you, and it doesn't really do anything, but I'm pretty sure it does cause like an explosion. By the way, here's a little gap in the bridge, so we actually want to explore a little bit underwater now. Also, it just makes it a lot easier. We can skip all the mermaids up there, making our lives a whole lot easier. We can't attack, so we have to be a little bit careful, but down here is a hidden passageway. So, this is required to get to the end of the game. Another hidden passageway right here. The holes in the wall show you where you are, and kind of line up an actual path. But over here is a secret. Heart, very appreciated, and some blocks that can be destroyed with the elephant. A bunch of money, and it looks like we need to elephant stomp down to get to whatever it is in this cavern. So, gonna transform once more, drop down, and see what this is. You got a golden baby squid. Should come in handy. So with that in hand, now we're gonna make our way back to the lighthouse. Alright. Just gotta backtrack the way we came. Again, kind of following the holes in the wall to have an idea of the basic path. And gotta swim up. So, in general, I like the swimming in this game. It's just not used very much. It's basically just used for a couple little puzzle areas, and that's it. Which I find kind of a shame, because I kind of like the mermaid form and wish they'd done more with it, but oh well. Over here, if we check inside the workshop... no one's here. So let's head to the lighthouse to see if we can figure out where everyone's gone. As we make our way over here, we'll see everyone all gathered. Shantae, there you are. We were looking all over for you. What's going on? Where's Uncle Mimic? You're not going to like this. We found a ransom note in his workshop. Oh no. Take a look. Maybe you should sit down. No, please read it. Risky Boots says she took your uncle and will trade his life for the 3 magic seals you've got. She's hiding out in the lamp's original resting place, somewhere east of here. You know what she's talking about? Poor uncle, this is all my fault. East? That means he's over by the mayor's private retreat? Don't be stupid, this would put him near the old boathouse. What kind of moron doesn't know east from west? Please don't argue, I need help coming up with a plan. I can help. Who's this guy? You've got it all wrong. Risky Boots didn't take your old friend. It was that zombie gal. Roddy Tops? She'd never. Besides, why should I believe you? Didn't you explode in a huge stage clear sequence? Hey, don't blame me for putting up a fight. The pirate lady was threatening me and my babies if I didn't hand over my magic seal. She really shook things up and now my kids have run off. Whether you believe me or not, that zombie and pirate are in cahoots, and that's a fact. That sounds fishy. Why would you come here? Why, to strike a deal, naturally. Miss Boots will be expecting to fight you on her terms, but there's a back door to her hideout that might just give you an advantage. If you agree to save my 3 golden babies, I'll show you how to open the path to Risky's hideout. Either way, she knows I'm coming. What do you guys think? If Risky's hideout is underwater, my birds can't do squat for you. You might have to trust this guy. He might be a stinker, but I think he's telling the truth. Okay, you've got yourself a deal. Where do I start? My babies are probably hiding in the undersea caverns close by. One of them has an artifact that will help you enter the back door to Risky's lair. Let's get this done quickly. Uncle Mimic needs me. But first of all, we have a lot of gems. So we're gonna go back to town and prepare for our final stretch of the game. So first of all, I'm gonna duck over here to save, though. We're gonna make a record of our journey, and then, continue looking for the, golden, squid babies next time. So, thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time for more Shantae, Risky's Revenge.